Hello, hi, this is Sarah from Sarah's Beauty, and I was coming so that we could talk about our fall scents. We've gotten quite a few questions from people asking us, could you describe the scents? Can you let us know what you think they smell like? So I'm gonna go through the list of the fall scents and read the descriptions and tell you guys what I think about them. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first one, as you can see here, is pumpkin chai. It says warm pumpkin chai, cinnamon, and a sweet hint of homemade cream. So let's see, pumpkin chai. So this one to me, I feel like the first thing that I get is what I'm gonna call a spice note, but it's not like your traditional cinnamon and clove. There's a spice note, but it's a sweet spice note. I guess that's what I guess they're saying that's what chai smells like. So it's spicy, but it's also sweet. And then in the background, I do feel like I smell the pumpkin. So the pumpkin is there, but definitely if I was gonna say what the top note is or what I smell the most is what I'm going to consider that sweet chai smell. Now, this is something that both me and Bo agree on this scent. If you all are older Sorenzo Beauty customer, me and Lorenzo both agree that this reminds us of sweet almond cream. So if you all remember sweet almond cream, this to me smells like if you took sweet almond cream, you added it with pumpkin and they had a baby. That's what this is giving me. But, you know, I hope that describes that one good enough. If you need more, please leave in the comments. Okay, so next is pumpkin pecan waffle, which is not a new one, but we're going to go ahead and go with that anyways for those who maybe haven't tried it yet. So I feel with this one, it's very gourmand. I feel like I smell the pumpkin, I smell the pecans. It gives me that very bakery feeling. So I'm guessing that I probably, because I feel bakery when I smell this, and pumpkin and pecans are not bakery, I'm guessing that's the waffle smell. Oh, it says pumpkin, pecan waffle, maple syrup, and brown sugar. I'm thinking that what I'm thinking is more of a bakery note. It's sort of that maple syrup and the waffle, but I can definitely smell the pumpkin. I definitely can smell the pecan. And then I definitely feel like I can smell the maple that ties it all together and makes it very gourmand. So that's pumpkin pecan waffle. And then sweet potato and brown sugar, once again, is not a new one. It says sweet potatoes and brown sugar drizzled with honey. So let's see. This one to me, you would think because it says sweet potato and brown sugar that you would think that, but to me, this one, it has, even though in the description it doesn't say it, this one to me has what I'm going to consider a sweet potato and a cinnamon note. Um, yeah, like I don't know what, like it's not like when I think brown sugar, I think molasses, I think sweet, I think it's not sweet. There's no sweetness to it. It's definitely sweet potato, but it's definitely fall. It gives you that fall hug feel because there's definitely those fall, cinnamony types of smells in there. So I just don't want people to think that it's going to be a sweet smell because you see the brown sugar part, because it doesn't give me what I would think of as quote unquote brown sugar. Okay. So next we have cinnamon vanilla, and it says vanilla beans sprinkled with sweet cinnamon. So let's. And I smell the vanilla and I do smell the cinnamon on this one, and I do think that it's a combination of both. But it is, I would say that the vanilla mellows out the cinnamon. So it's not one of those punch you in the face, really strong, hot fireball types of cinnamon. The cinnamon is definitely there, and maybe because they call it sweet cinnamon, why it's not that overly aggressive, like, you know, it's the cinnamon is definitely there, but the vanilla has definitely, mellowed it out. So if you're like a vanilla lover and you want something that's like a little bit different, a little bit more quote unquote spicy, you know, try it out, or ask us for a sample of it. Okay, so next is salted caramel. And this one, once again, is not a new one, but here we go. This one is sweet caramelized sugar and warm vanilla cream with a hint of sea salt. This one definitely smells like caramel to me. And, it's just a very. I have a customer who this is her favorite scent, and she works in a public place, and everyone, when they're walking around her, always is like, do y'all smell maple syrup? Do y'all smell? So they get maple syrup. I feel like I get caramel, but I could see where they think maple syrup. It's definitely a rich gourmand smell. It smells good. So yeah, that's salted caramel. It has a very rich caramel smell, like what you would think that caramelized sugar smells like. Definitely. Now, I don't know what sea salt is supposed to smell like. I don't know what that's supposed to give a hint of, but definitely it smells like caramel. So next is cherry almond, and it says cherry fragrance with a layer of buttery sugar covered almonds. And this one, you can definitely smell the cherry. You definitely can smell the almond, and it's a you can smell both of them, and they're blending together very well. Because usually with cherry, if you have a scent that's cherry, that is what's in charge. Or if you have a scent that's almond, that is what's in charge. But this is definitely a good blend and marriage of it. It's supposed to smell like, if you used to have like, what's that lotion called? I don't even remember, but it smells sort of like one of those one of the popular lotions. So that's cherry almond. And then next we have caramel apple. All right, so this one to me, I feel like the scent note that you get first is the caramel. You get that sweet caramelly smell first, and then in the background you get that apple smell that's sort of like, there and kind of, but that caramel definitely is what I feel like is, the driving force in this scent, but they definitely are combining together. So that is caramel apple. Okay, so next is apple Danish. Okay, so this says apple, cinnamon, sugar with a hint of nutmeg, clove, and a base of sweet vanilla and buttery cake. Okay, so where if you are a apple fan, the first thing I smell when I smell this is apple. And then you definitely get those spices. So I get the apple and I get the spices. Like I could probably call this apple spice, like apple and apples, apple jacks or apple cinnamon or apple, because I don't know if I get cake. Like I don't feel like I smell cake. I definitely, like I said, I definitely smell the apple. I definitely feel like I smell, the nutmeg, clove, the cinnamon. But I definitely don't feel like I smell cake. So yeah, that's apple Danish. All right, so next we have maple syrup. Okay, so this is sweet maple syrup infused with comforting notes of cinnamon and vanilla. That just smells like straight maple syrup to me. Um, have you ever smelled pancake syrup? It, but not like the buttery pancake syrup, like I guess the original pancake syrup, because like that's what, or even probably what real maple syrup smells like. That's what this smells like. It's warm and gourmand, um, but it's definitely just maple syrup. All right, so next, let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit. So next we have pumpkin cheesecake, sweet pumpkin notes, hints of caramel, cinnamon, nutmeg intertwined with the aroma of cheesecake bakery notes. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. See, with this one, I feel like I get the pumpkin and I feel like I get the bakery notes. And I'm guessing that what they're considering to be the cheesecake, I feel like I smell in the bakery note, there is definitely something vanilla there. And maybe that's the buttery part. So yeah, this, you definitely smell pumpkin and you definitely smell what I would consider a buttery crust, like, yeah, like a buttery type of crust, like, and the pumpkin. I don't smell those spice notes that they say are in here, but I'm sure that they're probably blending very well with the pumpkin to like really enhance that pumpkin smell. But it's not like I would say this is a spice, like pumpkin spice, something else. No, I wouldn't give that this. This is definitely pumpkin and it's definitely bakery crust. Uh, Once again, like that gourmand type of smell. All right, so next we have caramel vanilla. All right, so rich sweet caramel with a warm, creamy note of vanilla. So let's see. Okay, so for this one, I definitely smell the caramel. I definitely smell the vanilla, but I would definitely call this vanilla caramel versus caramel vanilla because I do feel like I smell the vanilla more. But the caramel is definitely there. It definitely, lends to the vanilla to make it not just your basic vanilla. They are definitely both there. But I feel like the first thing that I smelled when I whiffed it was vanilla, and then I got that caramel note like also. They very much so work very well together. They play nice. All right, so next we have pumpkin pie, which is this one. And it says a warm pumpkin spicy blend of cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, orange peel, topped with butter, brown sugar on a rich vanilla base. So let's see. All right. So I definitely smell the pumpkin. I definitely smell the spice. Those were the first things that hit me when I smelled this. But now I can also smell that vanilla-y base note. But yeah, this definitely has that pumpkin. It definitely has that spice. It definitely has that vanilla. Yeah, it definitely has all three. I definitely can smell all three. But okay, the first time I smelled it, that spice hit me, but now that I've kind of okay, I just shook it up and yeah, I can still smell all three. I can still smell all three. Like when I shook it up, the spice isn't as loud, but I still feel like I can smell the pumpkin, the spice and the vanilla. They're definitely all there. Where with the pumpkin chai, that one was a sweet, spicy type of smell. Like, but this one, this pumpkin pie is pumpkin with a very traditional fall spice blend. And then the vanilla crusty um, smell. But I will say that uh, the crust in pumpkin pie smells sort of like a vanilla note, where the crust in pumpkin cheesecake smells like crust to me. So maybe like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain the difference other than that. Like this one smells like a vanilla note to me, where that one smells like like a buttery vanilla crust. So yeah. So next we have banana nut bread. Let's see. And it says sweet ripe banana, cinnamon, spice, nuts, and vanilla. And I feel like you get that banana. And I'm not saying that I don't smell the spices, but it's not like when I just smelled that last one where it was like I could smell like the cinnamon and clove. Like this one has the banana, and it also has what I would consider like a bread note. So yeah, it definitely smells like banana bread to me. Like it definitely gives me that bread note, and it definitely gives me that banana note. So yeah, that's what I get from banana nut bread. So next we have cherry scones. And this says cherry with warm buttery notes, freshly baked notes, hints of cinnamon and vanilla. All right. Okay, so with this one, I definitely smell the cherry, but I definitely smell like that, what they're considering that bakery scone note. So I definitely smell the cherries. I definitely smell like that bakery note, but I don't smell what I would consider the cinnamon or the vanilla. I would definitely consider this cherry and bakery. And like that the bakery note is like if you told me this was cherry cookies, I would believe you. Like, yeah. So I don't smell spice, what I would consider a spice note. I definitely smell what I would consider the cherries, and definitely like a bakery note. All right, so that's cherry scones. And next we have maple chai. So this says maple glazed chai, grated ginger, and brown sugar. So let's see. So now this one, I definitely smell the maple, and I definitely can smell a note that, if you want to consider it the chai. But this one, when it says chai, this one has more of a spicy cinnamon type of smell, where the other one also said chai, but that one was more sweet. It was like a more sweet note, where this one is more maple with like spices. Like, so this one says chai also, but this chai is more of a spicy cinnamon. I'm guessing that's the ginger that I'm smelling. So this one is more maple and then like a ginger note. So this one is more maple and spice, and that one, the other one that also says chai, so pumpkin chai, is more of a sweet chai smell. All right, so the last one here is apple maple bourbon, which says caramelized apples, maple syrup, and a hint of bourbon. All right. All right, so with this one, I definitely get the apple. I definitely get the maple. I don't know what bourbon smells like because I'm not a drinker. But there's definitely another note in there, right? I can't say that that is what bourbon smells like because I don't think I've ever smelled bourbon. I'm not a drinker. But I definitely smell the apple. I definitely smell the maple. And I definitely feel like I smell a hint of something else. And I'm just going to assume that that's what bourbon smells like. Yeah, so that's that one. If I had to pick which ones are my favorite, I don't even know. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to let you all pick. If you all need any more help, more than what I just went through, definitely leave your comments below, or you can email us at info@sorrenzobeauty.com, and I will try to help you the best way that I can. I hope this was helpful and this helps you all in making your decisions. If you all would like, you can also request a sample of any of these in your order. Just put it in, I think there's a section that says note to seller or like shipping notes or something like that. Just add it to that section. And if we have a sample of that scent, we will add it to your order. All right. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.